Hello, room. Are you guys here yet? Are you there yet? It stopped snowing. Okay, so I have Pat and Lisa and another Pat. Oh, is that my Pat? So I have my Pat, my Pat. She will always be known as my Pat. Nobody else's Pat. My Pat, whom I never know where she's at anymore. She's traveling the world. She's the world's traveler. And you see her at the Facebook group. She's the one that updates the map, and she's my lovely, lovely assistant. So already the attendees are coming into the room, and we always like to leave a little bit of time. So say hi, where you coming from? And I don't know why I do this to myself. I need to give myself like 24 hours between webinars because I'm tired. I am tired. I did a webinar this morning at 11 a.m. and to do one at 8 o'clock at night the same day, I am tired because I ended up having a guest come in today, guys. And my ladies, hello, Pat. Pat, is this you, my Pat? Or is this another Pat? Which Pat is this? So as I was telling you, I was doing a webinar this morning at 11 a.m. Oh, Alaska, Tanya. Oh, is that my other Tanya? Hola, Victor Ortiz. Hello. From where, Victor? Oh, hi, Tanya. Hi, Pat. So as I was saying, so I was in the middle of doing my webinar this morning, and I got an instant booking, which, yay, instant book. And it was an instant booking. I posted this on Facebook, and it was an instant booking for tomorrow. And this is somebody, like, I'm getting all this instant booking, not all the time, but I get them at least once or twice a year, where if they get a damage in their house, like last year, their pipes froze from their house to the street, and they didn't have any water, so they stayed in my house. And this particular person, they had a gas leak, they're renters, and they had a gas leak in their house, and they had no hot water or gas. They have a 3-year-old, their family, a couple with a 3-year-old, and then they needed a place to stay. My instant booking has it where you need to book for the next day. I need a 1-day turnover. But I would say, you have a 3-year-old, where are you staying today? And they were like, oh, no, we're going to rough it out. And I would say, no, coming over today. For me, it was like, yay, 1 extra day of booking because my place was empty. So I ended up with like an 8-day booking, but it meant I had to clean. Or, the place was sort of clean, but I needed to still make some beds and just, still clean it and vacuum and just prep it. So it's been a busy day. So I did a webinar this morning, then I cleaned. I wanted to work out, so I have like workout clothes underneath, and then you guys. So next time, 24 hours between webinars. So we have Victor from Oregon, Portland, Oregon. I haven't been there yet. I haven't been to Portland, Oregon yet. I hear it's a wonderful, wonderful place. So we have Bridget from Brooklyn. Brooklyn, where? Brooklyn is so far. So we have a few Canadians. I'm sorry about what's happened in Canada. I'm really sorry about what's going on over there. We have a couple of Canada. So I'm hoping we get some Australians because, part of the reasons why we're doing a late one is because Canada and, my Canadian dear friends are, you guys complain about it. Oh, bedside, yay. And actually, my guest was saying that he was looking for a place in Canada, in Bedside, but the prices were too high. I hope that now during the slow season, okay, I'm glad I have an Australian. Louisa, you're representing, man. You guys have a price strategy during the slow season, and that your prices are slow enough and low enough that, you could get your bookings going, slow season. Lower your prices. So we have a Pat from Brucia, Pennsylvania. So so Louisa, yeah, guys, it's slow season everywhere. On different places there is high season in some places like Puerto Rico or wherever it's warm right now. Or I guess what you're skiing, I guess that's the high season. We're just gonna talk a couple more seconds, and then we're gonna start our wonderful house manual. Let me ask you questions. Come visit us, very diverse city. I know. Well, you guys are just having some issues with Airbnb and the sharing economy. You guys went from like, yeah, sharing economy to boo, sharing economy. Do you guys have a house manual? Please say yes in the comments. Do you have house manuals, and how is it working for you? Do you create it? Do you have your own template? Do you have Airbnb's one, or do you not have one? Does your guest read them? So Bridget, you do have one, but I think Bridget, you bought mine, right? No, Heather, you don't have to work on it, man. I'm gonna give you your, oh my God, after this class, you are going to be like, house manuals, rules, yay. And I'm giving you guys, I'm sending out like a checklist with everything that you need on a house manual. If you want to build yours, or if you want to, you're just going to like figure it out. Wait until you see this. You're going to be like, oh my God, the house manuals. You use the Airbnb template? Oh man, no, you're part of my tribe. Wait and see. Let's start this class. It's 8:05. It's Oh, en Aguado, Puerto Rico. Tú sabes que yo soy de allá de Puerto Rico, so I'm actually thinking of going down to Puerto Rico. I would like to buy me a little. My mom is over there. Let me put it on my headphones because it's a little bit. You guys will hear me a little bit better. And even though I believe that you can. I can hear you or something like that. It's the illusion. And I don't know if you know this, but I'm deaf on one side, so that's the reason why I only use one headset. But you can hear me better. All right, so let's use both. All right, so here we go. Yes, Luisa, we are going to talk all about house manuals. So let me just share the screen. Let me just do this for you guys. I don't know why this loves doing this. And share this puppy. Okay, so the house manual. As you well know, this is not an Airbnb event. I am not part of Airbnb. Airbnb they know about me, but they don't sponsor me. They don't pay me. They only pay for it whenever I host, but I'm not part of them. Okay. I would love if you're not multitasking, unless you're telling people and friends on Facebook, like, oh my God, you got to come in and join the class. Okay. Just in case you don't know about me, that's Brian Chesky, one of the founders of Airbnb. I started Airbnb back in 2010 when the economy shifted, and I found out about Airbnb from a New York Times article. I became a little bit of an Airbnb activist when Airbnb tapped me and told me to please tell my story. It was a sad story. I almost lost my house. And then I found out about Airbnb and, became a very vocal activist about it and told my story to the legislators and the state assembly and the city council. And that's me telling my story. As you can see, I'm very vocal. In 2014, because I was talking too much about Airbnb, I decided to start coaching hosts. There wasn't anybody saying about talking about them. Yes, I started talking about Airbnb just way too much. In 2015, Airbnb asked me to be a host educator at the Airbnb Open in Paris, and it was a great thing. And then in 2016, I did the Facebook group, the hosting journey, and I was also a host educator in Los Angeles, which was a great space to be at. And now here we are in 2017. We're creating courses, we're doing a lot of things, and we're doing some great things this year. So I'm glad that you're here. I'm part of the group, and hopefully you're part also of the Facebook group. And I am really privileged that you're part of this. Okay, so Here we are on the house manual, which is created a book guests will rave about. I am a firm believer of it. It gives your house manual. When I started back in 2010, used to be literally just a drawer full of just things that I used to grab from the, wherever I used to find. I didn't know any better. I was just starting. I didn't even know anything about hosting. It was back when people were like, Airbnb what? Airbnb who are they? Are you living with strangers? Are you crazy? And what I used to give them was like take on menus, like I didn't know anything, and just like be like, my Wi-Fi code was just a handwritten note of like, you're on your own. But we know better than that now. Then Airbnb, I imagine some of you guys were saying that you give Airbnb guide. And this is, I don't know what they've given nowadays, but this is what they used to do at one point. Which is, again, it's not a lot of information. It's just like giving them some like, hey, you could go here, but it's not really that informative. And you have to remember, your guests don't know your home. They don't know your city. They don't know, they're strangers. But now this is my house manual. It's designed. It has evolved. My house has a name. It's very much branded. I come from a marketing world, so I has a name. It has Evelyn as a name, and its design is also has house rules and all this information. I will show you a little bit more about it. And this is what my guests say about my house manual. It's actually, they mention it in my reviews. This is actually, as you see, this is just a review from January 2017. She says, it's better than Lonely Planet or other travel books. It's like, they totally love it. They mention it in a lot of my reviews. My guests mention it. This is something that they talk about it. And one of the things that your house manual does is answers questions before they are asked. Where's the Wi-Fi code? It's in the manual. I know of a host that like to actually have the house manual and keep the Wi-Fi code hostage. He would be like, oh, they have to call me for it. But it's like, look, man, they're international. They don't even know. They don't have a way to call you. How could they contact you? So it's like, it's not a good way for a relationship to start with the guest. Give them the darn Wi-Fi code, all right? Local transportation, it's in the manual. It's information right there. They don't have to contact you. They don't have to bother you. Local coffee shop, local restaurants, it's in the manual. So all of that information is in the manual. And I'm going to give you everything that's going to be in the information in the manual, okay? So your house manual answers questions before they're asked. It will be your live-in assistant, okay? It's you in the house without you being there. All right. So I'm going to teach you tonight the essentials, what's in your home, what should be in the part of it, the extras, which is your neighborhood, and what sets you apart, which is actually how it gets your book read. All right. So the essentials, your home is the address. All right. Look, and you're going to tell me, why am I putting the address in the book? And the reason for it is this, because the book needs to be read. It needs to be, if they're asking for, food delivery, they're asking for car service, do you really want them to be digging through itineraries? Do you want them to be digging through the Airbnb site? And you guys, if you've never been a guest, you have no idea how hard it is, okay? You're like, oh my God, this is just a horrible thing. So it's not an easy thing. If you've never been a guest, you have no idea how hard it is to even find an address, to find a phone number, to find any information from a guest perspective to a host, okay? So in your book, the first page is a welcome message. Thank you for being here, your address. Then the next message is your contact information, okay? Why? Because if they need to reach you, they need to get either your contact phone number, whether they need to reach you via phone, via email, via text, or if you have a manager, how do they reach them? Okay? House rules. You know why? Because they probably picked your place and they probably booked your space a month ago, 2 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, because you know it happens, and they don't remember the house rules. So have them printed there. And I hope you don't have this big novel, Moby Dick, as for house rules. Keep them simple, keep them tight, and just have them in your book again one more time as a little gentle reminder. Okay. Also have one page as emergency information. Look, I've had um, guests that had to go to the hospital. I had a family who had a child um, who had to go to the hospital. It was as simple as that, and they had to call the emergency. And they also had a guest whose knees blow up, and they didn't go to the hospital. They went to a medical care facility that's nearby. I wasn't around, but it's in the book. So they picked the book, they went into that page, and that's it. All right. So it's the information needs to be available for them. So one of the things that I do is when I come into the house, the first thing I do is I show them the book. I show them, hey, this is the Wi-Fi and this is all the stuff. Transportation. Where is it? How much is it? Is there anything special about it? I was in Guatemala a couple of years back, and there was tuk-tuks. I've never used tuk-tuks, guys. I know nothing about them. I didn't know how to go about them. I didn't know how much they cost. I didn't know anything like, how much do they go about charging, anything like that. That's local information that only those hosts will know. I wish they would have told me. I wish they would have sent it to me via email before arrival, just because that was something that I needed to use. And then it would have been great if they had the information upon arrival, just in their house. And they had two listings. They had a listing in town, and then they had a listing in Lake Atitlan, which I was staying at their second listing as well. Well, you know what? You had to take a little, una lancha, a small boat. And they didn't tell me that when you left the house, the second house, to get back into the mainland, you had to not just wave with your hand to get picked up, but actually wave with a piece of clothing for them to see you. And I had missed 3 boats and I wasn't getting picked up. So a local guy had to tell me. He was like, oh, they won't see you like that. Well, I didn't know this. They knew that. I didn't know this. I'm a guest. I'm not a local person. I don't know these things. So information about you. Earlier this morning on the earlier webinar, one of the hosts, she was saying about how this one particular place that she had stayed at, the host told her about a bus station, the great information. They even gave her tokens to how to use them. She remembers them. She recommends the place. Look, and she remembers it so much so that she mentioned it in the webinar. Now I remember them. So you see, these are things that you know this info. You know how to do it, okay? So this is stuff that you want to be given to your guest, okay? So be that guest. Be that host, okay? So now, home information. Remote controls, air conditioners, heating, anything special. Look, I have this shower in my house. I renovated the bathroom. I bought this beautiful shower. It's a little bit more complicated than I wish it was. Do I regret it? Not really, because I love it. But look, I have to give them instructions on how to use it, just because they got confused. They were turning on the light to try to use the shower. So I have it on the book, and I have it actually as a cheat sheet in the bathroom, because they don't know how to use the bathroom. And I'm actually going to simplify it because it's a little bit too complex. As a cheat sheet, I need to just say on and off, and believe me, it's becoming a swimming pool whenever they use it. So things like this, it's turn the knob, how to use the bathroom, things like this, you need them on the house manual. And the great thing about it is you create it once. You take a little bit of time, and then you do it, and then you're done, and that's it. Okay. Your home information like your Wi-Fi, kitchen rules, appliances, pool, hot tub, and checkout. Do you have any checkout rules? Where to leave the keys? Do you want them to strip your bed? Do you want them to do anything with the laundry? Do you want them any kind of information? So if you have anything specific, you need to put it in your house manual, okay? And look, guys, people read the books, okay? I actually had a guest who I take down I have window air conditioners, you know, it's in New York City, so I take them down for the winter season. And there's always like that between, you know, April and May, and sometimes it gets too warm. And I had a guest who put them up on the window, and I was like, oh my God, you guys are gonna like kill each other and kill everybody, because I have a whole system to put them up. And he was like, well, you didn't have instructions in the house manual. And I was like, okay, you're absolutely correct. I did not have instructions in the house manual because I didn't think you will go and put these 20-pound freaking air conditioners by yourself. I would think you would call me. But they didn't. They didn't call me. They put them up on the windows by themselves. So now I have to add on to the house manual. If it gets too warm, please contact me and I'll get the air conditioners installed. All right. So all of that kind of information needs to be on your house manual, because they will do silly things like that. All right. Now, the extras is your neighborhood. This is what makes people, you know, you think like, oh, why do people your location, and well, you might get something like that. It's your neighborhood. It's what makes it special. So what are the great restaurants? I live in a really great neighborhood here in Park Slope, that you could go to a different restaurant every single day for 30 days and not hit the same place twice. But not every restaurant is amazing. So I have my special restaurants. So I have them in the book. And the funny thing is that the guests are like, oh, you know, they have their own recommendations. And I'm like, well, is it book worthy? So it becomes this thing where it's like, we're now like, oh, that restaurant was great. Or if they tell me, oh, do you have any recommendation for a birthday celebration? Or do you have a recommendation like, we're getting here at 4 in the morning, or we're getting here really late, or for children, or for gluten-free, or, you know, things like that. So if you have special occasions for younger or for children, so you know your neighborhood, you know what's good, you know the gems, you know, like, oh, this is really good, or it might be a little divey, but they make the great guacamole, or they make this special thing. You know that it's your neighborhood. You live there. They don't. Okay? The cafes, the great coffee. It's like, skip Starbucks, go to Crumpy. So, you know, like, I have Crumpy Coffee, which is like, my God, this is this amazing coffee place that is like, you know, we're like, oh my God, they like crack. You know, they must pour crack. But it's like, I will leave the house to go and get coffee there. So I have it in my book. All right. The parks, where are they? You know, if you get a lot of families, so you have a little session for families, like, hey, this is a lot of great places for children, and they appreciate it. They appreciate that you're looking out for them. All right. Stores, and vintage stores, anything specialties, bakeries, are they coming? Do you get families that are coming for graduations or celebrations, or they want to buy a birthday cake? So do you have any specialty stores like that are fantastic? Bakeries, so you have it in your book. Groceries, I get a lot of families that have a private apartment, and I get families that they shop and they cook, you know, as whether you like it or not, they do cook in your house. So I have a little page with all the little restaurants. I have a Whole Foods nearby. I tell them where it is. All right. Again, specialty stores, bars. Are they going to shop, or whether they're going to drink to a grocery, a liquor store, or bars? I tell them where they are. Now, this is separate from your neighborhood. So your neighborhood is like just things that are close to you, walking distance, or, you know, a very short bus ride, or very short train ride, something that is like, oh, you know, I'm just not that far away. But then now it's your city. Why will they come to your city? Are they there for tourist attraction, or are they there for an event? So why are they there? How do they get to those attractions from your house? Okay. So one of the things I like to do is, look, they're in New York. New York is a dream destination. For the most part, they all want to come to Central Park. They want to go to Statue of Liberty. They want to go see across the Brooklyn Bridge. They want to go to Dumbo. So there's a lot of different people that come to always see the same things, right? Unless they come and visit numerous times, then they want to see different things like Coney Island and different places. So what I have done is created to Times Square. What's the fastest route? But then if you get to Times Square, this is some good restaurants there. If you go to Central Park, you want to rent a bike, this is some links for you to rent a bike. And if you rent them online, this is cheaper. And I do it once and that's it. And I just have to reprint it because they dock the books, okay? Some quiet spots. The city's really an intense, New York is very intense. So I try to make sure that I give them some quiet spots. If they come with kids one more time, I make sure that I give them some information on children's places or teenagers beyond my neighborhood. So New York City has some neighborhood like, let's say, Dumbo or Williamsburg. So what I've done is created, and I'm going to show you guys my book because everybody has wanted to see my book. So I'm going to show you my book. I've created like just little neighborhoods and what to do in those neighborhoods. Hidden gems. If you have something that is really special to your city, put it in your book. They will really appreciate it. This is the reason why that particular guest said that my book was better than a travel guide. Okay. Any special event. So one of the things that happens, especially here, I live near Prospect Park, and in the summertime they have Celebrate Brooklyn. So it's the concerts, they're free, or they're very inexpensive concerts, but they come. They're not really on tourist books, so I let my guests know, hey, this weekends, or I make sure that I have the schedules. Every first Saturday of the month, the Brooklyn Museum has free concerts, so I let them know because it's something unique. It's non-touristy. It's very local, and it's not something that we'll know about. So I let them know. Okay. Also, any seasonal events like those, let your guests know. They will really make their vacation. It creates a very special memory, because it's not just like, oh, I just went to the Statue of Liberty, or I just went there. It's more like I'm having an experience. And you don't have to be part of the experience, but you are creating that experience for them, okay? So itineraries. Something that happened with this particular set of guests that I had a family. And they were staying here for about 4 days. And they share the space with me. Because as you know, I have two different listings. I have one that's a total private apartment, and I have one that shares with me. And they were a little lost. It was a dad and 3 teenage kids. And they were sort of like, oh, we want to go here. So they had that list of the things that they must do. But they were lost, and they were just here for 3 days. And I sat down with them, and I was like, okay, look, let's split the city in quadrants. And these are how you're going to split the city. And I typed it up on a Google Drive document. I shared it with them. And then what I've done is basically I printed it out and I put it on my house manual. And people use it. It's just a little itinerary that I created for a guest that I'm just able to print it out for people, whether they use it or they don't use it. But I know they have used it because it's been, it has disappeared and I have to reprint it a few times. So it's just like an itinerary of things that I recommend. Like, hey, you could go here, here, here. These are the trains to use. And this is how you come back home. Just something simple. I did it once and that's it. So this is what makes the house manual super special. All right. So now, and that's what makes the house manual read. That's why people read it. Because if you only put the information about the house, they'll be like, yeah, whatever. But if you put information that they care about, that interests them, that they need, that's the reason why they'll read it. That's the reason that they'll pick it up, because they'll be like, oh, hey, we want to go for breakfast. Oh, let's see what's in the book. Oh, hey, how do we get to Times Square? Oh, it's like, oh, instead of having to look for it on the internet, it's like, oh, let's find out how it is. you know, so let's look in the book. All right. Now, what I do is I provide addresses, links, transportation, nearby restaurants, all of that information. And you're going to get, look, you're going to get a checklist like this, that's what's essential in the home information, what's essential in the neighborhood, and what's essential for your city, okay? So don't worry about it. You're going to get all of this, okay? Now, what does your current house manual say about your home? If you have one, if you have a book, you know, does it say like, oh, it's welcoming, it's inviting, or does it say like, well, you know, it's okay? Is it just a takeout set of restaurants? Because I want you to be prepared. I want you to be prepared for your guests, because your guest arrives and they're just lost. They don't know where they're going or coming. And it has to be beyond your home. You know, and I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I don't want you to feel like I don't want to reinvent the wheel, because you don't have time for any of that. You don't need to reinvent it. You don't need to like be stressed out about it, because I need you to just do it once and be done. Just be done. We have better things to do with our time. So I created a set of personalized house manuals, templates, because I did it. It's done. You see, this is she bought the house manual and she customized it. This is her front manual. You know, this is somebody else. She bought them and she put sunsets because she lives near the water. Somebody else bought it and put chickens as headers for her house rules. So it has different headers in the top. You could have from house rules to much more. It has different landscapes or skylines. So it has different themes, or you could create your own. In addition, it has neighborhood templates and it has transportation templates. So like that, you have for the house, transportation, and neighborhood. So you have three different templates so that you could have the information for them to read it. Okay. I don't want you to just create stuff for just the house. It also has step-by-step instructions on how to create it. It's formatted for PC and Mac. So it's either Keynote, PowerPoint, or Word. So either one you could use. And here are some people that have, you know, bought it and loved it. You know, they're so clean and professional. They're just really available for you to buy them. And they're really inexpensive. It's only $39. Look, you know, it's less than going out for brunch. Because you use them, you create them, you print them. You could use them with one listing because you own it. You personalize it. It answers all your guest questions. And they're just beautifully designed. And they're so easy to update because you have them on your computer. And that's it. And if you don't want to do them, we could do them for you. It will not be $39. You just contact me. And my dearest assistant, Pat, and I, we would just create them for you personally. So now I know that you guys have been wanting to see my house manual because everybody loves to see us. And I'll show you my house manual. And it's a binder. Ta-da! It's a big old binder. So this is my binder, right? It's a little bit different. So this is my binder. Ta-da. Okay. So, and so this is my, and as you see, I have it. Because what I do is I put here, I normally have the subway map because it has like a little, you know, and then this is the emergency information tab. As you see, I have like hospital and things like that, just because they need it. And I have the address. So welcome messages, just a little, you know, I'm delighted. You select my home. Wi-Fi code. Excuse me. Yikes. Public transformation, you know, with a little map. Just a Google map. Car. As I said, house rules is my second page. You know, what not to do. Backyard information. Some you know, like just it continues on. Then some train information. The next tab is trains because that's, you know, most stuff. Then markets, just, and I just set it up by what I think is important to them. So it's like, you know, house rules, house information, supermarket. Sorry, somebody was saying that I was like licking my fingers, so I'm trying not to do that. Hairs, you know, like I give them like hair place because sometimes they're coming for an event and they want to get their hair done, so their nails done. Bars and liquor stores, like I said, bakery, fitness. They sometimes want to go to a gym or want to go do some yoga. Then restaurants, very important. And then what I've done is I even like done like a little Google map next to the restaurant. Just because sometimes we want distance. And it again, guys, like you do this once and all you have to do is reprint it. And if one of the restaurants closes or if you find a new restaurant, just add it and that's it and reprint a new page. Okay. I do, like, I put the name of the restaurant, their phone number, address, and then I just put like a little note of like, hey, I like their food, or this they deliver, or they're good for this, or they're good for that. I put the cuisine. Like I'll put this one is pretty far from my place, but I'm like, oh my God, it's worth the walk, stuff like that. And I was telling you about, where is it? So this is like about the neighborhood. So this is Dumbo, right? And what I did was I was in the neighborhood. I actually visited the neighborhood with my mom, and I just took photos of the neighborhood. And I mean, this is a photo that I found on the internet. But I have taken some photos of the neighborhood, and I like grab also map. But I had taken some neighborhood photos, and I would just add them through the Dumbo neighborhood booklet, just to see, you know, and added like restaurants and things to do about around there, because I do send a lot of people to Dumbo because it's a great place to go. It's a great place to like spend half a day or even a day, like people cross the Brooklyn Bridge and things like that. So I do that. And then the New York City thing, like what I was saying to you guys, is like, so this is New York, like Central Park, some links of things to do, the trains, some Central Park tours, bike rentals, and then like I give them Whole Foods because it's a good place, like if they want to use the bathroom, grab a bite to eat and things like that. And that's my book. I mean, but look, guys, it's a binder. It's big. It's a big book. All right. That's my book. Do you guys have any questions? You're being so quiet in the room. There's no chat activity. I hope you're still here. I still see you. Are you still there? I'm like not seeing any activity. Hello, room. I'm like, did I lose you? Have I lost you, room? Oh, I lost. Oh. I lost my chat. I know I lost it. Hello, sipping wine. Adding farmers markets. Yeah, you could totally, you know, I do have some stuff. Yeah, you could totally add farmers markets. I mean, it's just a little harder just because of people, you know, you could add the farmers markets if that's something that people will go to. Okay, yes. I was like, oh my God, am I talking to myself? Any questions? Any questions? But look, the house manual is a fantastic tool for your guest. Just think of it of like whether you want to create your own, and that's okay. And there's digital and look, there's digital products out there where you pay a monthly fee. There's some that are so just go to my website, go to evelynbadia.com, and you could see the themes there on the sales page. Just go through it. Let me just see there. Select your themes. and you could see the, I think, um, there we go. Oh no, not yet. You could see. So I do print it at home. Oh, I print it at home. It's just home. You don't have to go crazy. No. You don't have to go crazy. I mean, and some people have asked me, do I laminate it? And I don't, just because I change things all the time. Things change. Can you elaborate on the $39 fee? What do you mean? Like, like I don't understand the question. It's $39. That's it. That's it. $39. One-time fee. No more. That's it. You download it and it's yours forever and ever. You do with it whatever you want. You could use it with, if you have 20 listings, you could use it for 20 listings. Like, I have the same template for both listings. It's in the same house, and I just, the only thing that's different is it's information for one. You get a blank digital template. Yes. So you get 3 different templates. So you get the house manual part, the neighborhood part, and the transportation part. So it's all 3 of them. You mentioned $39, not sure for what and how to. Okay, so you get the digital template of, so what you get is this. All right, let me see, how can I, okay. Let me just go back to the presentation portion of it, which will be easier. All right, so you get, let me share the screen again. Okay, I'm sorry if that was confusing. And here we go, present to everybody. Okay. So you get these templates right here that are created for you, already set up. It's a blank digital template, yes. And they're already set up that all you have to do is write your information. That's all you get. It's just templates that are set up for you with all the pictures already set up, the headers and things like that. They just have a theme on the top. It's a photo of Australia. I'm sorry, it's not specific, like Sydney or Melbourne. It's just, and you could change the photo on the top. So it's not like you have to stay with it. No, it does not have information in it. I mean, it just has, it has icons, and things like that, but it doesn't have your information, just the format and the pictures. Exactly. And it has like, let's say, for example, on the, it has like the photos for the children's parks and playgrounds and restaurants and stuff like that. Yes, for Chicago, you just use your own photos. I could build Chicago if you want me to. I just haven't had Chicago. That's why. Yeah, so for the neighborhood, you get like the different like restaurants, the gym. Believe me, the neighborhoods are pretty heavy files. And then for transportation, you get trains, airports, and things like that. So the headers are filled with the images. So no, the Heather is asking if does the template have information in them? No, because I don't know your information locally. Yes, for Maui, just add your photos, or you could get a beach theme. Yes, you could customize each photo. You could customize each header. Yes, you could customize the whole thing if you want to. It's just set up. It's basically designed, set up for you to make it easy. It's very simple to do. It's very simple. It's just pretty and simple and just digitized. It's just, I just created it for you guys to just give you this head start. You could change the color scheme. Look, so basically what you do is this websites with photos for you to create it. You pick your own photos from the internet. I don't give you photos, you select your own. Oh, okay. Heather, thank you. Sorry. I don't provide you the photos. You could select photos from the internet whenever, from wherever you want to. But I recommend, I could give you a list of recommendations of sites of where to go to. There's a place called Unsplash that has amazing stock photography, free photos. I use them a lot for my sites. Yeah, I mean, and if you don't like the like airport photos that like the trains and the planes and things like that we picked. Unsplash, UN. Yeah. And look, the reality is this: whether you don't use my template, if you don't buy my template, that's fine. But I just want you guys to have something for your guest. Create something, but don't wait. Don't wait for perfection. Create a little something. I mean, I'm sending you the checklist. I'm giving that to you for free, for you to create a little something, for you to have something for your guests to create some freedom. It's freedom for you and freedom for your guests. Freedom for you to have something out there for them. And look, there's a bunch of different companies out there. Some of them are free for the first listing. The issue that I have with digital is, first of all, they're harder for you to customize, and Wi-Fi goes down. And also, with some of them, you have to pay a monthly fee, and I don't agree with that. Here we go. This is how you pay for it. If you want to buy it, you're more than welcome. And if you're in the USA, this is a tax deduction. Remember that. That we need to source ourselves. What is the difference between the backdrop in your description? You only source it yourself if you want to change the photo. Luisa is asking, what is the difference between the backdrop in your description and the photos that we need to source yourself? You only source a photo if you don't like the backdrop, if you don't like the photos that we have selected. That is it. So that's the only reason why you would change the photo. So if you don't like the photos, that's it. You just change it. But if you like the themes, just let us. You don't have to change it at all. We try to come up with some stuff that will be personal and stuff like that. And look, we have also done it where if you don't want to do the work, if you like, I am non-techie, I don't want to do it at all, I want someone else to do the whole thing for us, we can do it for you as well. It is costlier because it's a lot more work. Okay, the Australia theme. Australia themes. Australia themes has 3 photos, my dear. So if you click on Australia, here we go. I am going to send it over to you right now. This is Australia. Just click on the themes and you will see that it has like 3 different photos. If you need something specific, just email me and we could just create it. We're simple. We're simple people. Look, you're talking to Pat and myself. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. I mean, is this something specific that you would want, Luisa? Send me an email, Luisa, and we could talk. we're not choosing the by city. You could choose them by city, or you could choose them by you could choose them by, some people choose them that I'll make my own. You know, or I look, I did like something really simple. I mean, I didn't want to complicate my life too much. It was sort of like I did them a couple of cities, and then I did beach and mountain. That was it. Um, and believe me, I'm about to eliminate cities and things like that. Heather, if you hate them, I will refund them. Simple as that. Look, it's $39. It's not a lot of money. I would totally refund them. That's my call. I will have my own city photo, so I will really choose by the color. Sure, you could. Yes, you could choose by the color. And remember that the colors can change also if you want. Any other questions, my ladies? I want you to be happy. And look, and I don't want for it to sit in your on your computer and for it, because right now, because I'm doing this class, and I did this class last year around this time as well. Um there was people that are like, oh my god, I'm just starting to work on it again, and I'm like, I cannot believe a year has passed. What color scheme, Lila? Why don't you send me an email and let me know the color scheme that you're looking for, and I could tell you which ones to get. Okay, so like that, we'll make sure that tell me the color scheme and whether you're going to be using it on a PC like Word or PowerPoint, so like that will give you the correct file, because we're working with different files and different programs. Okay, so like that you get the correct one. Yeah, I mean, look, and we also have done videos on how to work for it with it. Patty's saying thank you so much. We've been doing Airbnb for 1.5 years, and you have jumped. Look, I know how long it takes. It took me a long time to do a house manual, and I have friends that they give like the Wi-Fi handwritten, and I'm sort of like, oh my god, they don't do it, and it's like they resist it. It's sort of like, I'm not a travel agent. Um, I don't want to do it. It's so funny, the resistance that we have sometimes. And I get it. I get it. It's sort of like, we just go into this whole resistance. Um, and it's really interesting. It's really interesting. Um, you're welcome, Sharma. Sharma saying thank you for making the templates available. I know how hard it is. I know how sometimes we just resist, and how like we just go blocking into like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't. It's gonna take too long or anything like that. It's just becomes this whole thing. Has anyone has had the manual translated into another language? Was it worth it? I'm looking to avoid further issues with understanding the trash recycling and things like that. What I will recommend, well, you got to remember, I'm not giving you language. I'm just giving you like icons and things like that. What I would recommend is actually ask them to translate it. See if they could help you out, just in case, sometimes getting a guest involved, it will be helpful. You get them engaged, and they'll help you out better. So it's really worth it. But it sometimes it's just easy to get we get caught into like, I don't want to take the time, I don't want to do this or anything like that, and we just have to like take that leap and just say, look, I'm just going to spend an hour, gather the information, and then I'm going to spend another hour and just put it in the template, and just watch your favorite TV show or listen to some music and gather and just do it, and then you will be so happy that it's done. And just if you're in our Facebook group, just like say, hey, look, guys, we could just do like a little challenge of getting it done by the time the end of the month is done. So like that is like, hey, because I'm updating my book. One of the things I do during the slow months, because once the high season comes in, we don't have time to breathe. We don't have time for any of this. It's like, believe me, I was like looking at my house and I was like, oh my God, I need to get rid of this. Oh, I need to get rid of that. I need to update this. I need to update that. And things like that. Because like right now, tomorrow I start construction. It's a slow season here in New York. So it's like I start construction. I'm doing a bunch of different things. I'm updating. I need to do some painting. I need to do some renovations. So yeah, because you guys know how it is. It's high seasons comes in and you're just barely breathing. All right. Do you have any more questions, my dear host? Are you guys in your high season? Where are you in your seasons right now? I'm lost. I lost the chat again. You're in the low season. Yes. I am actually working on a course for the low season. I'm doing a case study and it's going to be a very interesting course. It's going to be a paid course. I'm doing a free webinar on it. Whale time in Maui. I haven't been to Hawaii, Kathy. I'm dying to go. Yeah, it is the low season in many places, and I'm working on a locals here, a low course, season course over here, about it, from marketing to pricing and psychology and all of that. Celine, what is the low season? It's when you don't have gas coming in. Or what, so the question becomes, is like, so our Sydney bookings are steady. Hopefully when summer is done, bookings continue with Northern Hemisphere visitors. Oh, that's interesting. No, we definitely have a seasonality here in the United States, or at least here in New York, because of winter. But I mean, I have a whole strategy to it within pricing and what I need and everything else. So like right now, I just got like a nice booking and everything. But so I'm doing exactly. So low season equals winter in New England without a ski slope within 30 minutes exactly. Patty saying had a 3 weeks of slow season, but totally picking up. Was nice to have a break on low season. Exactly. But exactly, you need, and you like that little sort of like a break to breathe. And I don't know if what kind of hosting do you do, if you share your space or if it's a separate apartment. For me, it's like I enjoy being able to like walk around braless and being able to like leave the dinner dishes. I include my information on extermination in my house book. Yes. What do you mean that you include extermination in your house boat? Uh, what do you mean that you include extermination in your house book? I don't understand. Like I don't provide. No, I don't provide that information on the house book. I just let the guests know, because I might not have a guest in my house during that time. If I do, I will let the guests know. But I don't put that information in my book. It's not information that the guest needs to know. Yeah. Yes. So when is the low season? Oh, please, when is the low season? I discount my place. Ridiculous. I totally do. But I have a pricing strategy for the low season. I need to, because I need to know how much money I need to make. My house, the mortgage still needs to get paid. The bills still need to get paid. There's an emotional price and there's the real price. And so I need to hit those prices no matter what. So, okay. Now, any questions? Any other questions do we have? Because it's almost 9 o'clock and I am a tired soul. So if you guys have any questions, please send me an email at Evelyn Padilla, at evelyn@evelynpadilla.com. Please know that the website is getting changed to thehostingjourney.com. Yes, we're moving over. We're moving houses. Very, very soon. We've been moving over very slowly. It has been, you know, sort of like moving from one place to another. In February, we will be having a taxes webinar. I need to contact Derek. We will be talking about good almighty tax season. Yes, I know. It's always so much fun. But it's, you know, what we have to do. And we will be talking about the boot camp, the course on the low season, because even though you might be on a high season now, you will get a little low season, or at least try to get provo. Okay? Oh my God, you downloaded the beach manual. Yes, Lauren! Woohoo! Go, Lauren. You get that Lauren, so guys, if girls, my ladies, I never know what to say. If you are in the Facebook group, let's do like a little get your house manual going in, you know. But you know, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being, you know, part of the community. I really do appreciate you. I really do love that you're part of the community, the hosting community, and that you want to be better hosts, because you know we all are together doing this, and being better hosts, it just creates a better world. Oh, the Facebook group is the hosting journey. Oh my God, we talk way too much about toilet paper. Oh, you have no idea. And the other day, what was the big discussion was who sleeps with a top sheet and who doesn't. That created a big controversy, very big. Because who doesn't? Who doesn't? Big, big, big. We have big discussions just like that one. We don't talk about politics. We try to avoid those subjects, even though I might have a little conversation about it going on, just because of I'm wondering what's going to happen with what's going on in the United States. I'm wondering how we're going to get affected as hosts. But we have an amazing group right now. It's up to over 1,300 hosts from around the world. Oh my God. Yes, Bridget. You know, you need your tribe, man. Only other hosts you can talk about, like sheets and towels and people using your towels for makeup removals and way too much toilet paper, and like, come on, you know, your friends like roll their eyes at you already way too much because you talk about Airbnb too much. You know that. Why do you think exactly? Why do you think I needed to create this? Because my friends are like, if you talk about Airbnb and guests one more time, we will stop being your friends. So I needed to start doing this. So here we are. All right, my friends, it's 9 o'clock here in New York City. It's cold. I will talk to you. I will find you. You will find me. I'm on Instagram too, the hosting journey in Instagram, or find me on Twitter. I don't tweet that much, but Facebook, you will find me way too much. Okay. So thank you so much for hanging out this Tuesday night. I will see you in February. One more time, go check out the house manual. Get your house manual in order. Come on. Get it done. Yeah. My life is changing ever so quickly. Bridget, you have no idea. You have no clue. Victor Ortiz, have a good night. Te veo en Puerto Rico, mi vida. All right. Have a good night, my dear host. I will see you guys around. Bye-bye.